What's going on, guys? This is Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. Today we have a very special show today. This is the NFC East Division Battle. This is going to be chaos today, people. You're going to see some heat. You're going to see the passion in everybody's heart and to their eyes. You might see Robbie go crazy. You might see Porkman, rip Lee's head off because he's a Cowboys fan. And Sam, she's going to be nice, but she's definitely coming with the fire as well, too. So first up, I got to bring my boy, Robbie Rumboys.
Yeah,
What up,
good?
bro?
What is good?
Ready to bring heat?
Yeah, man. I'm always ready to bring the heat. I got this rum and this ain't even rum and Coke. It's rum and Pepsi. So I'm ready to do this.
Oh, come on, bro. Rum and Coke.
That's what I found in my fridge, man. That's what I found in my fridge, dude. Don't judge me.
Go shopping.
Anyway.
Next up, we're gonna bring a Giants fan. Like I said, she has the fire. She has the heat. She's coming with the heat. Sam, what up?
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Giants.
What is good, Sam? I'm fucking excited to work with you. Let's go.
I'm so excited to work with you too.
Thank you.
This is going to be a great show. First time working with you, Sam. Hopefully, we do many more pods and hopefully, everything goes well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Next up, I got a Cowboys fan. I know him in real life. He is my buddy. We are in our home league. He sees the chaos, the nonsense that goes on in this home league. Sometimes we want to punch on each other, but here's my boy Lee.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks.
What up?
Can't wait.
Looking nice and spiffy today with the polo, my guy.
Clean up for you,
Yo, by the way, y'all can catch Lee talking about bets, man. The man knows, he has knowledge when it comes to like bets and numbers and stuff. So just so y'all know,
I do love
Sports Me app.
This is my DFS guy, man. Yeah. What up, Nick? Fire content only. You already know that, bro. But last but not least, man, I do not enjoy the Eagles, but he's here to bring the heat for them, man. And I don't like the Eagles because I'm too close to Philly, man. But my man, Porkman, what up? What up?
Let's go. I'm ready to battle. Let's go. I'm with all the smoke.
This man came with the hoodie from Carmelo. Like, the fuck is this?
Oh, okay. So let's go.
Playoff mode, dog.
Listen. This is gonna be great. He got the hoodie on. He ready to go.
He got the hoodie. Yo, I got the do-rag. Let's get it, man.
I almost had to bring out the do-rag with the black and the hitting. Like Shannon Sharp, but
where your waves?
I had no time.
Yeah, you ain't had no time.
Hey, I don't got no waves, bro.
Exactly.
I got ball, bro. Ball gang over here.
Oh my god. So to start it off, I gotta ask this question. This is a general question for all of you. Who's winning the division?
Washington.
Let's talk about we're betting favorites. I'm a betting man here, so let's talk about betting favorites.
Listen, this is me causing chaos early. I'm playing the instigator today. I'm playing the puppet master. I have no input on this. I don't care who wins your division because we all know my Rams are better than all four of your teams.
That's the ugliest background in all of podcasting.
That's what happens when you buy all your players. But all right, y'all gonna get cap hell soon.
Everybody wants to play in LA. I'm just going to say that. We have the best stadium, the best jerseys, the best coach. But we're not here today for me to talk my shit. That's for another episode. Y'all can watch that one. But we're going to be talking about overall, how did you guys do in the draft? So first up, I'm going to start with you, Robbie. What was the takeaway that you got from your draft? And was there areas that you wish they improved on, like some players that they should have grabbed and didn't?
Honestly, so when I was covering the draft, I had a lot of in-moment emotions, and that you all saw on camera, and I apologize for that if you had kids around watching. Put earmuffs on and watching my shit. But yeah, aside from that, once I sat back and I reflected after the 3 days, I'm like, damn, we actually attacked, the needs and the positions that we really, really need, that we really, really needed. I wasn't expecting for us to wait till the third round. I think it was the second that we got Cosme. It might have been like this. I think it might have been the second. Whenever we got Cosme, I thought that we were honestly in the first round not going to go Jamin Davis. We were probably going to go, Darren Shaw or move up and get Slater. That didn't happen, but I'm happy because Cosme now is drafted. He now gets to sit an extra year behind Leno, who we just signed today. So I'm all in all okay. We have football people actually running the football team now. So I mean that makes a difference. I think honestly, somebody's telling Dan Schneider like, "Hey, shut the fuck up and go sit in your corner right now. Just play with your coloring book." Like that's all that Schneider needs to do. Is just play with his coloring book and just sign checks. He only needs to have a pen in his hand when he's signing a check. That's it.
Well, overall, you were happy with your draft. Let's just say that. You're feeling the additional added pieces to your offense and defense and et cetera, even though that defense was already great.
More confident than the teams that are next me and beneath me. The Cowboys are all right, but yeah.
All right. I wouldn't say all right. Anyway, moving on. Sam, how was your feelings about you guys' draft? Like, was there any pieces that you guys missed out on?
Honestly, between the draft and free agency together, I don't think that we really missed out on anything. I think we've kind of gathered all our pieces together and have finally created this stellar defense, which was pretty good last year and I think going to be even better this year. And now we have all of the pieces for Daniel Jones to actually succeed. I really think Daniel Jones could be a good quarterback, but he just didn't have the pieces to be. So now that we have all of these new guys, obviously one of them being Kadarius Toney, the first round pick that nobody was really expecting whatsoever. I know in my personal experience, I was so shocked. I had no idea what to feel. Like I was very concerned that I'm like, this is the most Giants pick ever. Like they always pick the weirdest people in the first round that nobody expects them to. But after I've kind of seen his tape and have watched him on the field when he was in Florida, I was like, damn, this kid is good. So I'm actually really stoked. I'm really excited to see what this offense can actually do with all the pieces, including Kenny Golladay, who we got in free agency. I think that the Giants are pretty put together at this point. It's actually, putting them out on the field and putting them up against other teams to see if that actually will work. But we will see. But overall, I think that we did a fairly good job in the draft and in free agency.
Did you see in Tony's tape he can't run a corner route?
Oh, come on.
I know that was mean. That was mean.
Come on. We haven't even seen him in Jersey yet.
You can learn.
Yeah. The first little
stabbing.
Well, I overall think that was a good pick. He fits your system. A lot of people were just like you said, just were in awe. They were just like, what? But you had that same reaction, I believe, with Daniel Jones, a quarterback from Duke. It's like unheard of. Like the only Duke person that I believe that was like relevant coming from there was JJ Riddick, and that's basketball. So it's kind of like a quarterback from Duke.
Irving, Zion Williamson. I mean, fuck Duke, but I mean, you're right.
You're right. That's Jason one thing we'll agree on, Robbie. F Duke.
Jason Tatum. I can go on as well, but what I'm saying is like that's the last time I actually thought about like a Duke player.
They're a basketball school. They're not a football school.
Exactly. That's my point. The Giants look good this year, though. They just need to stay healthy. Kenny Golladay needs to stay healthy. Saquon needs to stay healthy, or they're back to square one where they were last season. So, that's my only real concern is the health overall of that team. Because of course, Daniel Jones didn't have the best weapons out there. I mean, the bunch of wide receiver 2s and 3s out there. Shepard finding an injury as well. Slayton really didn't pop off as big as we wanted him to pop off, but all due time.
So really quick, Darius Slayton is a heartless asshole. I watched him just demolish a 12-year-old in Madden. All right, and it looks dead at me. I'm like, I literally go, hey, bro, like he's 12, and Darius is like, I gotta learn the playbook. Literally looks at me, and goes, I gotta learn the playbook. And I look at this kid, and he's like, at least I'm playing with one of my favorite players. So I'm like,
right.
Kid is slow.
Bro, it's Madden, bro. No mercy.
As soon as you get the sticks, that's it. You're a grown.
That's it. No, all Madden, all that.
You get 21 blown out and all that.
Passes. This kid was getting blown out 31 to zip in the first quarter.
He didn't care.
No.
Oh my God.
He's my favorite player.
I'm like, Darius, you know the playbook, man. Shit. But yeah.
Lee, what do you think about your guys' draft? I have my opinions about how you guys drafted, but how do you feel about how you guys drafted?
I have no shit to talk.
I would say on paper, I think Dallas had the most complete draft for what their needs were.
My word was balanced.
Yeah. Realistically, their needs were based on defense, and they attacked defense right away. The linebacking core was the worst that probably we've ever had in the last 20 years. We couldn't stop the run, and the problem was we couldn't get to the ball quick enough. What I noticed that they really attacked in the draft was they focused on getting the defense quicker, faster overall.
Yeah, get at the ball.
Being able to get faster to the ball, to tackle, to group tackle. Bringing in Dan Quinn's defense and then drafting players that fit that style. The cornerbacks that they picked up, larger in frame, athletic, fast, still running 4.3, 4.4s. So if we look in the style of defense that he had in Seattle, that brings hope, to us here. And like I said, on paper, everything fits what they needed. They needed some help in offensive line. I feel like they may have, could have addressed it a little bit easier or a little bit earlier. They didn't really get that much. I mean, really, the only guy they got, Josh Ball, was a tackle, but he's got a domestic violence issue. Go ahead, Cal.
Yeah.
Jokes with that.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm waiting for the Cowboys joke.
Same junk.
Y'all are. Hey, what was that team? The fucking Mean Machines.
Yeah, no character.
Oh my God.
But that's what we really needed. Our tackles, they were hurt last year. Tyron Smith, La'el Collins, they didn't make it through the whole season. So that was something that they needed to address. They needed a little bit more in the interior guard. Hopefully we can maybe sign one more veteran who's out there, to add to the, interior line. But overall, I think on paper they handled everything they needed to do. And I'll argue that
I don't want to agree with you. I actually want to tell. I actually want to tell you that you're wrong, but I can't.
Yeah, but
he's right.
He's clearly right.
Bro. Here's the thing.
Draft. They were like one of the few that I think really did their job that day.
But you knew that they were going to from the moment. And I said this, I believe, even on the lunch hour. And I know for a fact that I said this on my network multiple times. I can't even quote which fucking show, but. As soon as the Cowboys go after Micah Parsons, everyone's like, they're not going after Micah Parsons. He is the best goddamn linebacker in the draft. That is a position they need to address. The second that they went and did that, that's the second they revealed their hand. If you're sitting at a poker table and you're sitting there with Jerry Jones, okay, last year he revealed his hand. He let you know, we're going to go bonkers. We're going to go off the wall. Like, we're just going after commodities, We're going after sex. We're going after sexy,
Luxury picks.
Yeah, exactly. This year he was actually smart, and the second that they picked Parsons, it was the second that I started shaking a little, and I'm like, "Fuck, they're playing competent."
They're actually being
sure what they were going to do when they missed out on Horn and they missed out on Surtain. So for the trade that they made to get that extra pick, now they ended up taking like a defensive lineman with that pick. They ended up taking a receiver in the 5th round. Was probably the only thing I didn't agree with. They took
I didn't like that.
Maybe trade down, get an extra draft pick, next year or something like that. Probably would have been a better situation there, but I don't run the team. But that'd be my only gripe with their draft.
No. Correction. You know the team. Nobody knows Jerry.
Nobody knows Jerry what he's thinking.
Unless Jerry wants to give me a call.
Right.
I was in the shower and I was thinking about that young man. Oh, the way he catches the ball.
He really was saying that junk too. It's weird.
Yeah, he really does. That's
his mindset. Yeah,
that's why I did the impersonation. Like, that's not just me being funny. That's real.
He said you guys did though.
That was a quote.
How you feel?
How I feel about?
How do you feel about the Eagles?
Nick Sirianni's an incompetent fuck.
The best part about my draft was literally screwing the Giants.
Oh,
literally.
Come on.
From last year, I do not contain tanking at all.
Over for that.
But we did it. Screw you. Put the Redskins in. This year,
God.
all we got to do is give up a third to move up 2 spots to take the best receiver in the draft. I'll take it.
Full send.
Send it. Thank you, Denver Broncos, for taking Patrick Surtain, because that helped us screw over the Giants for the second time. But I can't wait till that game is this year.
I just have to say though, that trade, I was perplexed. I was like, this is not happening right now. I cannot believe.
No,
They
you wasn't the only
the
one.
fact that it was with the Cowboys of all teams, I was like,
All
wow,
teams,
they
right.
literally were like, let's screw the Giants and trade with each other because it's just gonna make the Giants so mad. And I was beside
Steven.
myself.
Yo,
They
hey,
were
what made it so
crazy.
funny is that the Eagles, everyone knew the second the Eagles did it, because we weren't even on stream on the Run Boys Fans Network. We were like, yo, this is clearly done to fuck over the Giants. Yada, yada, yada. And we're all like, ah. And then all of a sudden, y'all go and y'all get Devontae Smith. And we're like, yep,
I
told
was
you.
like, wait,
Do it.
is that
But-
real? Like, I thought the image
Right.
got like messed up and glitched that they traded with each other.
So here's the thing about the trade. If you're in the NFC, so if you're a Dallas fan or a Washington fan, you're sitting back and you're like, just let it happen. Just let
Right.
it. Like, yeah, because if you're Dallas, you're like, yeah, we're gonna trade with you, because Dallas, 9 times out of 10, usually historically is a little bit smarter than Philly. I mean, there's this thing called rings, and it kind of fucking proves it.
Oh, here we go with this rings again.
for both
VHS tape
organizations.
Super
Here we
Bowls.
go.
Here we go
How
again.
many do you have? How many do you have? Thank you.
What?
One.
How long ago was it? How old were you, by the way?
It doesn't
You
matter.
was how old when that happened?
It doesn't matter how old I was.
What was that, 95?
It
That was
doesn't
about
matter
7,
how
right?
old I was.
In the second grade?
Shit.
So tell me, when did you watch that game? Because I'm really sure you didn't.
I had to watch all the damn Cowboys rings because my dad was a Cowboys fan, and it was purgatory. Trust me.
My dad's a Cowboys fan too.
Oh,
And he bought me a
the
trash
drill.
can. Dallas Cowboys trash can. Threw all the trash in that trash can too.
Bruh. But the thing about that trade, the thing about that trade is that y'all are so damn petty. Y'all just keep beefing with each other. All right, because not unlike Cal Redskins or Cowboys Washington, you don't have a real ass beef. So y'all just are being so damn petty at each other that it screws you both over, and it works out great for other two.
Well, to be fair, the good thing that came out of this was that after that we traded down with the Bears, who gave us a first round pick next year. We have 2 first round picks next year. And if this so happens that Daniel Jones is not the answer for us this year, if he proves to us that with all of these offensive tools that he can't provide for this team, then we have an extra pick next year in the first round to possibly get a new quarterback. So honestly, I'm over it. I was upset at the time. I'm not upset anymore, because honestly, with the first pick, the fact that we now have 2, I'm like, okay, I'm fine.
I just hate for y'all that y'all drafted a slot receiver in the first round. To me, that just didn't make any sense.
But like, is he even a starting slot?
A starting slot in the first round?
I could probably go start over Kadarius.
See now,
No.
I need to see them routes.
No.
Because them jaws must be crisp,
I need
bro.
to see some highlight tape. I need to see,
Right. I need to see his profiler. Robbie 6'1", 195.
I mean, I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10".
Okay.
I'm the same size as Devontae. I'm 155 right now, but I can bulk up.
So you more like Tutu.
No, fuck him. He's gonna
Bro,
die on the field.
make-
Bro, we
make-
play the
make
Chargers.
Robbie trigger.
We play the Chargers week 1, and Tutu's gonna die on the field. Yeah, Tutu is the same size as me, but shorter. Like, he is gonna die on the field.
Tutu will be a jet sweep guy for McVay. That is it.
That's it.
That's it. It'll be jet sweep
He's
season.
with the Chargers. No, he's with the Chargers. He's not with the
No,
Rams.
he's not.
Or is he with the Rams?
Atwell is with the Rams, bro.
I bet you.
Hey, listen, man.
Put the drink down, sir. But I'm about to get Robbie triggered real quick. I said a couple of weeks ago that why you moving up?
Let's go.
That Devontae is going to have a Justin Jefferson season, and he just lost his shit.
All right. Here's the
He
problem.
will.
He's losing his
He
shit
will.
now.
Stop.
He will, right? He
No.
will.
Yes.
He
No,
will.
no, he's not.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Let
Devontae
me hear what you got to say.
He will be a breakout rookie. To compare him to what Justin Jefferson did is to compare him to what Randy Moss did in his rookie year. The wording of this context is complete and total bullets. It's complete and total bullshit. Like, you need to let this record that Justin Jefferson just broke. Let that rest. It's like you turning around after Russell Westbrook just broke the triple-double record that took years and years to break. Your 2K character isn't even going to do this shit, okay? It took years and years to break. It's like you suddenly being like, oh, well, now that Russell broke it, fucking Zion's now going to do it. It's like, yo, stop it. LaMelo Ball is going to do it now. It's like, stop it. Like it took years for that to happen. It took years for Moss's record to be broken. So that it's only the wording that triggers me. It's just the wording.
The wording is the wording. So you're going to tell me.
Type of season. Did he say he was going to break it? No.
Nobody said records.
He didn't say he's going to break the record. He said he's going to have a Justin Jefferson type of season.
I love this sport so much.
Devontae's going to be the wide receiver one. He's going to be the best wide receiver rookie. Book it, buy it, bring home the gold. Over Chase. Yes, I agree. Chase has to fight with targets with T. Higgins.
I'll take the under on both. I'll take the under on both in regard.
Yards and catches. Listen, on top of the fact, all right, listen, he might be talented and he might be the most talented receiver in the class. But the fact is, he is a quarterback that is not accurate. Okay.
Oh my God.
How is
this sounds like Lamar Jackson last year?
No, it's
exactly.
Not.
Here we go again.
Hold on.
No, because you're saying this guy is not accurate.
Yes,
you're saying this guy is not accurate based off of no off season.
He was
COVID
terrible throwing the ball downfield.
I'll let you finish. Yes.
Terrible throwing the ball 15 yards down scrimmage. He is not accurate.
It's not the same case as Lamar.
Okay, because based off of
worse.
You can say this off of Lamar, but if you look at Lamar is top 5 at throwing the deep pass.
Did Lamar ever get benched in Louisville? Did Lamar ever get replaced at Louisville?
You can't compare that to
compared to college, Alabama. Exactly.
Jalen Hurts.
They did not use, but they didn't use him. They didn't use him the right way. Did they use him the right way?
Your own team didn't even know that they were going to trust him.
And then when he went to Oklahoma, what did he do?
He balled out at Oklahoma.
Exactly.
Everyone balls out of Oklahoma.
I know, but look at college. But look at the resume. Look at all the quarterbacks that came out in the NFL is playing right now, right?
They're all Oklahoma TVs. They're all Oklahoma TVs. You're right. You are correct about that.
They're balling, correct? So can you give this guy another chance to play?
Jordan being toxic in the comments. He says college doesn't matter.
Oh, it definitely does.
He has the ability to run. Now, Jalen Hurts is probably going to be a productive fantasy quarterback, but because of his floor of his running ability, he's going to run and he's going to run often in that offense. But he's not going to connect with his receivers downfield. He's still going to need tight ends.
If he connects with any receiver, it will be Devontae. Ertz is no longer going to be there, so you have that security blanket gone.
The Buffalo.
Great.
Yeah, Ertz
not the Buffalo. I love my Dawson Knox here. Sorry about that.
Devontae is not a possession receiver, is he?
Yes. Why can't he?
Devontae is more Keyshawn Johnson. If we want to make this whole comparison thing, he is more Keyshawn Johnson than he will ever be Justin Jefferson, Randy Moss-esque. Justin Jefferson can keep up those type of numbers, especially as a sucky shit-ass quarterback like Kirk Cousins for years to come. But to think that Devontae Smith is going to put up that Randy Moss-esque type of feel.
You talking records? I'm talking about his position. He's going to be the best.
Say that he will be the best rookie. Say that he'll be the best rookie, but
no.
He's not going to be Justin Jefferson. Stop it.
He's going to be a consistent rookie receiver this year with Jalen Hurts.
Damn, that sounds like a lot of better verbiage than he's Justin Jefferson.
Why? If you give Jalen Hurts a full offseason with no COVID and none of this extra BS that happened in the offseason and give him time. Last year he was a backup with no reps. He came in because Carson Wentz was playing like trash. I'll say that because I'm an Eagles fan. I was a Wentz fan, and he was garbage. Bring in Jalen Hurts, give him a full offseason. We got Nick Sirianni. He probably won't give him a rock, paper, scissors offense, 3 plays in the huddle, and make it work. Give this guy a chance.
First of all, he said rock, paper, scissors in the huddle.
I'll give Jalen Hurts a chance. I'll give Jalen Hurts a chance from a fantasy football standpoint. I've been beating the drum saying that he's going to be a fantasy QB2 in Superflex, whether it's redraft or dynasty purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I will state, though, aside from Hurts, when we're going back to the original question at hand that Laquan brings up, I'm sorry. I believe that.
I believe that context.
My name. Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't
And because
play.
bro, I feel like context matters. I feel like context matters. You know, like
I agree with Rodney.
It's honestly almost disrespectful to what Randy did and to what Justin accomplished to be like, this person's the next you. Like if I was Justin, I'd be like, motherfucker, do you know what I did?
He about to have a
But
Justin.
don't they do that? Don't they do that with every player every year?
Exactly.
But I'm also
I
not
never
saying
said he
that
is
goes
the
out and
next
does
Randy
that.
Moss. He is the next Justin Jefferson. He's going to have a Justin
Hey,
Jefferson.
if you want somebody to do that,
Season.
if you want somebody to do that for you, I will do that right here on this show. Justin Jefferson is your next Randy Moss. Okay. Terry McLaurin is your next Jerry Rice. Mark my motherfucking words, 10, 15 years down the line.
That's cap. That's
That's a whole lot of
Is it
crap,
though?
dog.
Is it though?
Yes.
Look at the records from when both of their entering season. Look at the records we'll need
Measurables don't even add up.
We'll need Justin to continue. But look at
Who's
Terry
your
McLaurin's
quarterback?
numbers.
Who's your
Huh?
quarterback?
Right.
It doesn't
You got
matter.
a bottle of beer
doesn't
throwing to
matter.
Terry
Who did
McLaurin.
Jerry Rice have throwing him the ball? Not
Hey,
you.
this-
Joe Montana,
So
Steve Young.
what? Yeah, Jerry Rice had
So
fucking
what?
Montana and Steve Young. Joe Montana, but McLaurin's gonna put up the numbers regardless.
Regardless,
McLaurin's gonna put up the
Bobby,
numbers
what's the next
regardless. Irregardless.
You're crazy.
It's not
You're
gonna matter
crazy.
who's throwing to McLaurin. It's not gonna
you got
matter.
Mr. Harvard University who's probably going to retire soon.
Bro,
His
Fitzpatrick
freaking beard is turning gray. If
We
but if he gets hurt,
we have an
if
offensive
he-
line now.
but if y'all wasn't saying that you got an offensive line, then when the season starts, y'all
Bro.
trash. It happens every year.
Bro, didn't y'all
Every
have to
single
throw
year.
a game? Didn't y'all have to throw a game just to be able to get a pick?
And I want you to even talk about my offensive line because my whole offensive line is coming back this year.
And they
So
still gonna be
we
ass.
set.
And they
Are we
still
gonna be trash?
ass. Hey,
No
COVID,
hey,
sorry.
have
No COVID.
have the walkers ready at their damn lockers.
Add
suck,
the
son.
walkers, but you know what? When your
I
front
suck.
four coming to my front four, y'all not getting through.
I suck,
Nah,
son.
I don't know about that. I'll take the over on that.
I
like
suck.
it.
Get ready for Chase Young.
Defensive line is probably the best in the NFL. So
It is the best in the NFL, but we got one of the best offensive lines in the NFL when healthy.
Sam.
you got maybe top 10. You ain't top 5.
Top 10, no, top 5. We got Jason Kelsey, All Pro, Brooks, All Pro, Lane Johnson, All Pro, and then we got Landon Dixon. If he stays healthy, he's going to be an All Pro. You
To
can
play
book that
devil's
for
advocate
sure.
for that, like every one of those guys have gotten severely hurt,
Thank you.
Yup.
They have gotten severely
including
hurt,
Landon
yes.
Dickerson.
And our
But
old
you know what? When they're healthy, they can play.
Absolutely
Best
they can, but they all.
It's the best
Lane
ability.
Johnson had a bad injury last year. Jason Kelsey, Landon Dickerson.
Kelsey's fine.
Yeah, but
I
in
know
the
Landon
past,
Dickerson is a very y'all making me drink. Landon Dickerson.
good.
They just said Devontae Smith in the comments is going to have a Justin Blackman rookie year.
Justin Blackman.
That's disrespectful.
That is slightly disrespectful.
That's not slightly
That's
disrespectful.
about where I put him. And the ceiling of his, the ceiling, if everything goes right, is going to be like 75 catches, 800 yards. Like that's what it is.
No,
Yes.
Nah.
I can't agree with that.
Listen,
It's
they're
going
gonna
to be up there.
football. They're going to be running the football.
That's fine. He's
Troy
gonna-
talking trash. Troy, you don't have a quarterback that can throw the ball right now, so
Super
stop.
Like 20 to 25 times a game tops.
Your
Yeah, we
quarterback
all-
can't even throw downfield.
You are not invited when I start talking about the Dolphins, man. That
Right.
you're not
Get
invited.
out of here with that bull crap.
Nah. No, I'm not even going to do that division because we already know who's winning that division.
I'm not even gonna do that show. Fuck that show.
So that goes into my next question. Let's talk about record, predictions. Robbie, I'm gonna start with you. How many games do you guys think you're gonna win? And be truthful, be realistic too. Don't give me no 13-3
No,
joints.
I ain't. No,
13 and 4.
hell no.
13-3, I mean,
No. For real. I'll keep it. I'll keep it a B. I could see us. I could see us landing somewhere between 9 to 10 games. But we have to keep in mind that there is an extra game added on to the season.
Mhm.
And by the way, Lee, I'll see you in week 16, Sunday Night Football. We face you guys. That's going to be determining playoff scenarios right there.
Mhm.
The NFL did that shit clearly on purpose.
But
You're gonna
Right.
play to the last down.
to the last
Smart.
down, exactly. Yeah. So I mean,
Unlike last year.
I haven't seen our full schedule come out, but I could see somewhere between 9 and 10 wins, and I'm confident in that.
I can accept that. I can accept that from you. That's honesty.
It'll be the defense. It'll be the defense that'll win most of it for us. Fitzpatrick will have 2 games. Yeah, Fitzpatrick will have like 2 days where he's going to throw fucking 4 picks, but fantasy lovers will love it. So
Let me ask you this: is Heineke going to see the field this year?
potentially, I mean, when have we not seen Fitzpatrick kind of get replaced, if you will? But this is also probably Fitzpatrick's best opportunity. He's never been elected to a Pro Bowl. He's never had a playoff appearance. Like, this is probably his best chance at that, and probably his last go around. So hopefully we work him out and we let him, do his thing and see how far he can go. Being a fan aside, I want to see Fitzmagic have what could potentially be the best last season of his career, and probably the most fun last season of his career, because I mean, he's given us a lot of great football from no matter what team he's played for. So this is more so, I feel like, about him and less about my team.
Yeah, true.
I love to watch that guy play. I mean, as old as he is, just, all jokes aside, he goes out there and looks like he's actually having fun. He's freaking running the ball, getting clapped in the middle of the field, and he's still moving, getting up. I freaking love that. It's just like the passion of the game.
I mean, I remember when he threw that Rams jersey on, he was running around as if he was Lamar Jackson taking those hits.
Right.
Man.
He had to, though, because I mean, look at what the fuck Jeff was giving him to work with.
Anyway, we're not talking about my team, bro.
You brought it up, man.
I mean, he tried to go digging, man. We don't talk about that name. We are recovering from Jeff Fisher.
Mr.
8-8.
We don't talk about him, bro. We don't mention him, man. It's a sickness. We passed it. We healthy, man. We good. I'm happy. Not depressed. I can live. But anyway, moving on. Sam, what do you think the record will look like? Or how many games are you winning?
I'm kind of feeling the same as like what Robbie was saying, that I'm feeling like we're probably gonna like just make it to like 9 or 10 games.
Wow.
Really?
How rude. Hit you with the cackle.
I genuinely think that, and I really think that we're gonna at least win 1 game division wise. I don't know if we're gonna beat anybody twice, but I definitely feel like we can get a win on every team and split that series every time. And I mean, the rest of the people here, I'm looking at our schedule right now, and I mean, we're playing the Broncos week 1. That's I'm not afraid of the Denver Broncos, and we haven't had a 1-0 start to our season since 2016. I'd like to start off 1-0 and see us progress that way instead of at 0-1, 0-2, 0-3. Yeah. So I genuinely think that we have everything that we need to succeed. Hopefully they can actually, perform. We don't have any Sunday night games right now, unless they flex the schedule at some point during the season. But I believe Washington, we're playing them week 2, Thursday night football. So,
and we got a lunch hour show that day too.
I'm so happy that we get to face you guys week 2. Yes.
We don't play the Eagles until week 12. We literally don't see the Eagles until November.
That's fine.
That's dope.
The Eagles probably need that. Both of you guys probably need that.
I'm still recovering from last year's Thursday night football loss when we were this close to winning, and the Eagles.
Evan Ingram when he dropped the ball. I remember that.
Do not repeat that man's name to me. I despise him. I can't stand him. I need him.
He said.
Hey, it's not even a Giants fan. Evan Ingram is the Voldemort of all football circles.
Never drafting him again.
Bro, I will never draft him.
Though the Voldemort of literally I cannot stand him. And when we signed Kyle Rudolph in free agency, I was singing to the high heavens. I'm so excited to have Kyle Rudolph on our team. I'm so excited, and I'm maybe they'll actually, not play Evan. That would be fantastic because I don't.
Maybe he'll probably sitting back, at least he can catch a ball, even though he's old.
I literally Kyle Rudolph has fantastic red zone presence. I literally could not care if he was 60 years old.
Yep,
you are.
He can catch a ball.
On the red zone. Exactly.
Pro Bowler Evan Ingram.
Talk
Small
that shit,
field goal.
Queen. Talk that
Irvin
shit.
Smith season. I cannot wait.
Yes.
But like I said, Sam, I'm gonna agree with your take. I'm gonna agree with the record. I do see, ballpark. I'm saying, 9 games max. You'll make it right there. I definitely think it would just 100% depend on the health. Saquon, he needs to be 17 games flawless. Kenny Galladay, at least give me 13 to 14 games flawless. That will get you guys to that next jump. That defense, it's okay defense. It's not a terrible defense, but they'll just have to step up to the plate. If you guys are scoring a lot of points, that's more rest for them. So therefore, I could honestly see you guys making a push, for the division title. So,
Thank you.
yeah,
You're so nice. You're so nice.
We have the opening game. We play in Tampa Bay Thursday night. So probably gonna start off with a loss.
We're getting beer and wings for that. We got to watch that.
But realistically, our season depends on the health of our quarterback coming back. If he comes back and he's ready to play week 1 and he's firing on all cylinders like he was last year, then we could be looking at a great season. I mean, we've got the middle of our schedule is just meaty. I mean, I was looking at it while some of the other guys were talking, and I mean, we've got Philly, Carolina, the Giants, the Patriots going to our bye week. Out of our bye week, we get Minnesota, Denver, Atlanta. Like we're gonna string together a couple of wins in the middle of that, in the middle of the schedule. But ideally, I can see him winning 11 games. Realistically, we're probably going to be closer to that 9-10.
No, I'm agreeing with you at 11. Honestly, if I'm going to be 100% honest, I got Dallas winning this division just based off the offense. I think the defense will improve. They can't get worse than what the hell they were the first 5 weeks, with Dak there. That was massacre. That was bad.
I just
defense we're going to get. We're going to get the kind of defense that he had in Atlanta. Then we're not.
If you guys are playing fast, getting to the ball, just like you said in the draft, with all the players that you added in that edition, honestly, have you guys winning a division with at least.
Our whole division plays each other at the end of the year.
That's
our whole division literally plays each other at the end of the year.
Yeah.
When it matters.
All at the end of the year.
When it matters.
Like I'm saying, Keanu Neal not only coming from Dan Smith's defense where he already knows the play, he's going to fill so many roles on that defense. He's been a safety his whole career. He's coming over to be a weak side linebacker. He's probably going to end up spying the quarterback for when Jalen Hurts and when,
that's some Mark Barron shit.
It really depends on how this team gets to the system. And you're saying, if they're playing fast, they're getting to the ball, and even if we improve to that defense to, maybe 50 yards or 70 yards per game, then we're talking about a defense that can contend with that offense putting up 24 to 28 points a game.
Right. You need that time to gel. That's all it is.
Really?
Jordan,
if that defense gels, you're good,
bro.
You're crazy,
bro. Like that man is like Quinn. I love Jordan, bro.
You can make the defense worse. Come on, Jordan.
You can.
I had to run it back with the Jason Garrett one too. You found his 36-year-old Jason Witten in Kyle.
Jordan gives no fucks. I'm actually gonna be on their show like an hour after we get.
Jordan is straight comedy. I don't know how I missed this one where he asked me, how have I, felt about the day one of the NFL draft for the last 3 years. Fuck you, Jordan. We haven't had a first round pick for the last 5 years. So thank you, Jordan, for reminding me. But it worked. Playoffs, Super Bowl, playoffs. We're doing good. So we're good. Anyway, moving on.
One thing. One thing really quick I was gonna say. I know that all of us are on our individual like YouTube channels and shit. Like we'll probably put out our personal teams like record predictions and do all the other teams. Keep in mind, I know that our good friend Adam Rank is getting roasted right now for doing his shit on NFL Network right now. Greatest time of the year to mess with someone. But keep in mind that we are going to be seeing a whole hell of a lot of new. Keep in mind that teams like New Orleans, they don't have the great Drew Brees anymore.
Nope.
Keep in mind, there's still turmoil up in Green Bay. Eat that WSC. So I mean, just understand whenever before. I know that none of us, the schedules have just gotten done. We'll probably start that this week. Just keep in mind the amount of new shit and the amount of drama that's happening in like these behind the scenes locker rooms that plays in, so that on the field madness that may help justify certain takes. Just want to put that out there.
New Jersey, who this? Yep.
New Jersey, who this? Porkman, go ahead, man. Record prediction for the Eagles.
To be extremely realistic with this team, I love the offense. My biggest issue is our secondary and our linebacking core. That's one thing that they did not address in the draft, and they got a couple scrubs in free agency. We just gotta see how it goes. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
You are. That's why I was laughing. I was like, damn.
It's just the fact that I only honestly see maybe at the most 7 wins this year, and probably at the bottom of the division, only because they did not shore up our secondary. I know they signed Anthony Harris, who led the league in interceptions 2 years ago, but it was getting roasted last year. So I don't know.
That's gonna look.
I don't know if that was based off of a tape thing or what, but
I
gotta see how that goes out.
I gotta relate with you, brother. I remember like having to be that realistic, and like this is the first time I have like some upside. So I just want to say like I appreciate that like you're being that fucking honest, because like anybody else would have just like, we're going undefeated.
Right. 13-4. Like, nah, I can't do that, because it's like that's me not telling the truth. That's me, Porkman. I'm telling you how I feel, and I can't tell you honestly that we're going to win the division, because I honestly do not see it. Our second corner is Avonte Maddox. He was freaking Texas toast all year last year. I can't do that,
bro. Well, I want to know why the fuck homie plays on his heels so heavy. God, I've never seen a man rock back so heavy in his stance. Just
you know what that is? You know what that is? He's freaking scared.
That's
scared. And it's poor coaching. And honestly, we have a new defensive coordinator this year. Schwartz is gone, so maybe that might get shored up. But seeing that I have not seen it at all, I can't realistically tell you that we're going to be second in the division or third in the division. Now, we do have the worst schedule out of the thing, because we got we got the last place standings last year. But right now, it's going to be a tough one for defense, and we're going to try to outscore teams, but we don't have that. We don't have all that firepower yet. We have some, but we don't have all of it.
Man, that's real as you can get. I'm actually surprised. I actually agree with you. I was going to say,
get to make a joke.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, I don't know.
Well, but the thing is, if we play good, I have low expectations. If we play well, I'm gonna talk more trash, because basically that's basically based off of coaching. We got Sirianni, who's freaking playing rock paper scissors with rookies, which makes absolutely no sense. I didn't get that at all. And we got a defensive coordinator who's absolutely new, and I don't know his scheme at all.
Hey, this man pulled a Eminem 8 Mile right here. I know something about you. Like he's like, I'm gonna make fun of me before you can make fun of me in this battle.
Yeah, word. But you know what though? His enthusiasm to me is starting to get like contagious.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
I'm starting to like it. This is something different. You don't got guys like Belichick yelling in your ear all day, talking about do your job. Like, obviously, I know to do my job. Like, I'm on the team. I just can't do it because I'm probably trash. But you're not going to tell the coach that they trash.
Exactly.
I personally, when I heard the Sirianni story, and I love around draft time when we hear, the rock, paper, scissors story, or I hit $100 bill in the back of the playbook to see the player would take it story.
Wait, who was that? What player was that?
Fuck. Oh my gosh. I think it was Josh Allen, and Josh Allen had returned the fucking dollar bill.
Somebody did.
Returned the whole playbook. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think Jamarcus Russell, they had sent him the tape, and he didn't study
the tapes, and it was blank. It was blitz packages.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, look at these blitz packages." Yeah, I looked at it, bruh. It was blank.
It was blank. Yeah. So like, I love hearing stuff like that, because you're now challenging a player's character, and you want a player of a high caliber to play for your organization, because one, they can influence the locker room. Two, they can last longer for your organization when they have, I don't want to use the words a good upbringing, but just like a good head on their shoulders. With the rock, paper, scissors thing, you're challenging that competitive nature. So,
And it's funny because we laughed at him in the beginning because he kept talking about because he was obviously nervous. He didn't know where the hell he was coming
Well, that
from.
was awful
But
press conference.
It was terrible, bro.
So bad.
I was so pissed that day. I'm like, oh, all right, I need to find another team. I was really about to become a Redskins or a football team, a football Redskins football club, whatever. I don't know what.
Yeah,
the hell
you got it. It's all good, man. Leave us alone. Let us
But I'm like, dog, he's like stuttering over his words and crap, and they laughing at him on the radio.
He
But,
looked like
you know,
a sixth grader giving a speech in front of the class.
Exactly. He's like, I'm like, dog, get your words
You know,
right.
Philly
now,
radio
man.
was destroying him.
Yeah, Philly radio trashed him.
Hey, he was acting like Floyd Mayweather trying to read in class.
Right.
Today, motherfucker, today.
The dude from Harlem Nights.
Yeah. Oh no!
But you know, he did bring up core values, and as he's he's growing with the team and learning all this stuff and preaching competition and stuff, it's starting to grow on me. So hopefully, he knows what he's doing when he gets there because he's actually calling plays too, which he's never done. He's never been.
That's questionable.
Anywhere. Yeah, that's the questionable part. Yeah. But you know what? It could be something that nobody sees.
Exactly.
So this might be something
you can't
fresh.
predict it. You
can't predict it
for it. So the first couple of weeks is going to look a little different. It's probably not going to look like Eagles football, what you're probably used to watching and feeling, but it could be something that could be something special on the rise. So I definitely think you guys need some building. I don't expect you guys to win the division. That's where I was going with that. If I had to do a ranking, it would probably go Dallas, Washington, Giants, and you guys. To be honest, 100%.
That's how I'm seeing it. And honestly, I can not to be because I know Robbie's my boy. I can honestly see Washington winning the division if Fitzpatrick stays consistent throughout the whole season.
But there's a lot of things that can go into that of why I did that ranking. I don't feel like Kenny G is going to stay healthy, so that's what's going to hinder the Giants.
No, he said, fuck, damn it, Portman, who'd you just say? He said Fitzpatrick. He said Fitzpatrick. Yeah.
Fitzpatrick. But what I'm saying is that division can be flippy floppy. You know what I mean? Like I can easily see the Giants hitting that second spot with a fully healthy team all 17 weeks, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So therefore, you got to play it safe, hedge that bet, put them third, and obviously Dallas is going to be crazy on offense. That offense is going to look ridiculous,
crazy on offense, but at the end of the day, their defense still needs.
Their defense has to gel. It takes longer for a defense to gel than an offense to gel.
Here's the thing: I think they're going to outscore the other teams to the point where it's.
That didn't happen last year. Dak was cooking.
Dak got hurt.
Yeah,
Dak got hurt.
Yeah,
but even when Dak was healthy.
Teams make adjustments after the first quarter of the season, so that I don't want to really put too much on the entire organization's team because Dak got hurt. So obviously everything goes out the window. You got to change everything. So the defense obviously is going to be trash if the offense can't score. You got fucking Andy Dalton back there.
Yeah, but even when Dak, no. Even when Dak,
because of that friggin' onside kick in Atlanta, like that, we had a terrible start to the season. I'm pretty sure Dak went 1-3, and then he got hurt in the game against the Giants, which Dalton came back and won. So they did not have a great start to the year because they were giving up 30 points a game.
With Dallas, it is solely dependent on that defensive unit. This is a Mike McCarthy fucking coach team. We know that Mike can put the ball up in the air. We're not worried about it. Can Dallas score enough points? We're worried if Dallas can not get outscored. We're worried if they cannot get outscored.
Right. We need to be able to pace our offense better this year. Like we had problems towards the end of the year with our offensive line. We have problems with Ezekiel Elliott holding on to the ball. I mean, we're coming into this year. Hopefully, he's a little healthier. Hopefully, he's a little more motivated behind a stronger offensive line. But you're going to have Tony Pollard's going to be a little bit more involved. The offense has to be more balanced. We've got to control the clock more. We can't have that defense out there running around for 50 plays a game. Like that's not how it's not going to be.
But teams has figured out.
I think the one thing they underestimated as well was Zeke did have COVID too, and I think that hindered him as well.
Absolutely.
As well as when Cam was before COVID, Cam was actually playing okay. Once he got COVID, it just went to.
And look at Johnny
Garrett.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, good point.
Good point.
Good point.
About how they've affected their bodies it's taken them weeks to come back. From
Sure.
I mean, Evan Fournier he came back like 3 weeks ago, and he's still talking about it last night.
What happened to Raquel Armstead? Is he still alive?
I don't know.
Yes,
He's still on a
Where is
roster.
he at?
I haven't heard anything.
But
That
no,
was weird.
He was done for a year, bro. I'm like,
a year.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, he called.
The whole year.
yeah, like when it comes when it comes to the NFC East, I 100% wholeheartedly that as a collective, our division will not look the same as it did last
It's
year.
embarrassing as a
Agreed.
collective.
Yeah,
Agreed.
last year, yeah, but how often throughout history like does that happen? Like normally people
Right.
look at the NFC East, and that's why last year it was a joke, like the NFC least, because 9 times out of 10 that is the division that kind of controls everything. I mean,
Right.
9 times out of 10 the playoffs
You're right.
run through the East. It's tough.
Yeah.
So I
And
mean,
it's funny you say that because they made so much fun of our division, but if
Yeah.
you look at our past, we are the strongest division, like
Yep.
front seven, offensive line. Everybody talks
Everything.
about we don't want to play the
Look
Eagles.
at
We
you
want
guys
to play
all
the
coming
Redskins. We want
together.
to play the
all the
Giants.
we have
We don't want to talk about the. We don't want to talk about the
my
West.
eye now.
we're the only division where all of our teams do have rings. Like we are the only one in
Oh,
all of
wow.
football.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
We got our one. We got our one, and I'll take it. I don't care.
Hey, got to though. You got to though. So I mean, with that being said, stated,
Rams got
Dallas-
theirs. We did.
Dallas is going to look a lot better this year. I think that Washington, will look a lot better this year. I think that Philly is going to look a lot better this year and a lot different. I do think that New York is going to look a lot better this year, predicated on the health of Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones being able to hang on to the ball. As long as these things happen, I could see this division. There's a reason why the NFL schedule maker said week 14 on, book it. Because week 14 on, it's nothing
It's going
but
to be
nail
must
biting.
TV.
And
Yeah.
they're all-
It's going to come down to like what it did this year.
Yeah,
It's going to come
except for
down to
better
the fact
records.
that we're watching a Dallas Philadelphia game and we start watching Philadelphia tank, and like me as a Giants fan, I'm sitting there like, oh my God, like I need Philly to win this game in order to get into the playoffs. Like it's going to come down to that same thing again, because like we were all saying, I mean, we were all saying that we're going to win 9 or 10 or 11 games, except for Porkman who said 7. So it's like we're all going to be really, really close, and it's going to come down to that same thing where someone's got to lose, someone's got to win in order for someone to get in at least to the playoffs. So it's going to be crazy because, like you said, the end of the season is just going to be all of us playing each other, apart from Giants and Washington playing week 2.
I'm excited. Like I tell everyone that when people ask, why do football people get so excited about football, and I explain to them because for us it's our Super Bowl. Or it's our soap opera or our reality TV. How I explain to my wife all the time, like how you get excited about The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. That's how
Bad Girl Club.
that shit. It's
a new story.
No, that's literally what it is. It's a full-blown soap opera.
Housewives
Like
of
that
Atlanta.
is the reason why I love this sport so much. Is that how many times would you watch and sit down and watch like the MLB draft and get how many million views? Like
I don't
nobody
even know
sits
when that
down and watches
happens.
those drafts.
There's too many dang old rounds for that junk.
It's like
It's
100.
like-
It's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is a lot though. Too many.
I'm guessing.
That and hockey.
That shit lasted for 3 months.
But no, like
3 months.
but no, you're right, Sam. Look at the amount of people out there that are not YouTubers, but whenever the NFL draft comes around, they all do a compilation video of their favorite team and their favorite YouTube personalities, like reacting to players getting drafted. That's what I love about this, and I love that our division has the schedule the way that it does. I'm not gonna love it when we're in season, but I mean, for the sake of me calling, doing all the things that I do, calling play-by-play and doing Rum Zone on Sundays, like this is gonna be great content. Like I'm excited to cover these games as an announcer. I'm excited to report on these teams as everything happens. This is the greatest fucking job and probably the greatest year to have this job as an analyst, Period. And I'm just stoked. I'm just stoked for real.
We ain't got to worry about COVID. Everything is a full season, baby.
Full send.
Full send. Listen, I'm actually surprised you guys came together in a kumbaya moment. You know, and we're the best division this year. You know, I think that's bullshit, but I'm just saying the NFC West has always been the strongest division out there. But I'm not going to talk about shit.
I don't know about that.
I'm just always, man.
That's a lot of recency bias.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
When the last time? Look, I'm gonna talk my shit about the Seahawks. When the last time you seen the Seahawks finish last in the division?
I mean,
ever since
they have
Russell
Russell
been
Wilson.
2005.
05 is the answer. 05 is the answer. That's a long time.
Before McVay, what was y'all doing?
No, we don't talk about that man, bro.
I know, but that's what you're talking about. I'm just
Exactly.
putting
Like,
out facts.
we're taking.
All right, hold on. Let me talk my shit real quick before we get out of here. I got 4 minutes.
By the way, just so you know, we did just celebrate 100 years of NFL. So
Jeff
make
Fisher
sure you got your
went
shit right.
undefeated. Jeff Fisher went undefeated that 1 year in the division. Like, we didn't lose to nobody in our division, and still 3 teams made it to the playoffs. And we were last, obviously. But still, that just shows how tough that division is. Our defense has always been great. Top notch.
At one point,
I think the Cardinals are going to be
wasn't
so
good.
scary this year.
The division
They are going to
Oh
be
yeah,
good
the
this year.
Cardinals are going to be scary this year. They're going to be fucking good.
Wait, shut your ass up.
like that's it.
I'd drive to your house. I want to thank you guys for coming through. This is great. This series is going to be something great. I'm going to be doing these, every so often. Hopefully you guys tune in. Hopefully on different projects, we can all collaborate again. And Lee, shout out to you for your video content, your video debut today. And I'm glad to have you on the brand, call you my friend, and hopefully you can keep this going, bro. And I love the polo. You got a haircut all shaped up for me, bro. I appreciate you for that.
Amen.
Everybody get on Sports Me.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, plug that in, Rob. You got 2
minutes.
Plug it in.
Download the Sports Me app. Interactive, 30-second quick click content. You can debate any single one of us that are here on this panel because guess what? We're all literally on this panel. We're going to have some big things coming on the Sports Me app, so get involved, get with it, or get lost before it's too late. Don't get lost. You're going to end up joining eventually because then it's going to blow up and you're going to be like, oh, shit, I should have been here. And I'll be like, I told you. But, yeah, get with the Sports Me app, available on both iOS and Android, and begin debating today.
Robbie, where can they find you at? Where's your content located at?
Oh, Google me.
All right, there you go. Sam, where can they find your content?
So my podcast, The Girl Who Talks Sports, is on all podcasting platforms, anywhere you can get a podcast from. And I'm also on YouTube at The Girl Who Talks Sports, where I post my full podcast episodes as well as extra content on there. So you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can follow me on Twitter at TGWTS Podcast and on Instagram at The Girl Who Talks Sports.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where can they find you at? What's coming? Make sure you plug in what's coming.
Yeah. Most of my content you'll find on Twitter. You can find me at last name, first name, MATECHLEE. Usually you start with my last name. You're not going to find too many others out there with it, so I'll pop up pretty easily. I'm going to have a couple of things coming out with you pretty soon. So I look forward to introducing a lot of the stuff that we got coming up preseason and especially coming into the season. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye on the Twitter. You got me a little bit on IG, but most of my stuff is going to be on Twitter.
Facts. Porkman, give him the hotness.
Find me on Twitter at FFPorkman. You can also find me on the Dynasty Rewind. We go live on Twitch, Facebook, on Twitter, Tuesday at 9:00. We also have a Patreon. Sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com//Dynasty Rewind. And like I always say at the end of my episodes, you could DM me at any time. We can talk about real life. We can talk about fantasy. We can talk about anything you want. Just let me know, and we can hook up. And I'm trying to hook up with LQ one day. We can get some collabs going on, and he's really not that far away from me. So
I told you. I'm in Philly. I'm outside.
Isn't that the worst when you live next to a content creator and it's like, let's do a live podcast together, and it just takes forever to happen? It's like,
for real.
I can't even get my.
We're gonna link up.
Hey,
we're gonna definitely link up.
Before we sign off, cheers to me. Cheers to you. Shout out to the whole entire Real Deal HQ crew. I appreciate all of y'all. Dilly lunch hour tomorrow. Catch up with us.
Catch us on the lunch hour for real. Thank you for watching. Peace.